Strayer. They were inside the Dalton Convention Center for the Vice President's address. Guys, how things go today?
Yes, Kim and Latricia, a very interesting day today. This place was packed. This is a basketball arena is where we're at, and they're trying to make it back into a basketball arena tonight. But today there were about 3,000 people in here to see really any heavy hitter Republican lawmaker in the state of Georgia was here. We're talking about the governor, both senators, Congressman Tom Graves, and also much more than that.
Yeah, and the entire crowd from the time they started was really energized. There were several times when they erupted in cheers. Really anytime they mentioned Trump or Pence before he spoke, the crowd was cheering, chanting USA, USA. At one point, there were chants of build the wall. So definitely their base supporters who they're trying to appeal to just days before the midterm elections, definitely energized here in Dalton tonight.
And the big thing they were here for today is this race for governor. Here we are. We're 5 days out from Election Day. This race is down to about 2 points in the polls, and they're going to make it 3 stops in the state of Georgia today, including this one here today in Dalton. Vice President Mike Pence took the stage just after noon today in Dalton in front of a sea of red Make America Great Again hats. He stirred the crowd early, not talking specifically about Georgia, but talking about President Trump and what he's done over the past 2 years.
With the policies President Trump's been advancing and the policies that Brian Kemp will advance and keep going here in Georgia, confidence is back. Jobs are coming back. In a word, America is back, and we're just getting started.
The Dalton stop is the first of 3 today in Georgia for Mike Pence and Brian Kemp. Today's speaker included a long line of Georgia Republicans, including both U.S. Senators, Governor Nathan Deal, and many more, all on a mission to show the difference between Kemp and his opponent, Stacey Abrams.
This race is a battle for the soul of our state. It is a fight for our future.
Vice President Pence took that idea further in his speech. Pence coming here today from Washington, but also pointing out Stacey Abrams' support has come from outside of the state of Georgia.
Like I heard Oprah's in town today. And I heard Will Ferrell was going door to door the other day. Well, I'd like to remind Stacey and Oprah and Will Ferrell, I'm kind of a big deal too.
Working out his line there from Anchorman, the movie there, and he's making that point there that a lot of the help that Stacey Abrams is getting is from outside the state of Georgia, but obviously Mike Pence is not from the state of Georgia either, so a lot of outside forces at work here in this campaign the last 5 days as we build up to Election Day.
That's true, and I remember as he was talking about the Hollywood stars coming in to back his opponent, he was saying, I'm a big deal too. He did say that, so there is that.
He did say that. Now, Brian Kemp's campaign, they're reporting there were about 3,000 people here today. But those numbers, we don't know the exact number, but that's the last thing we heard.
Yes, I've just reached out to one of the communications specialists trying to get an exact number of the amount of people that were here. But everyone in the crowd was very energized. I think they got what they were looking for here today from Vice President Pence, as well as candidate Brian Kemp. The issues they're concerned about, from what I'm hearing, of course, the Second Amendment. They support that. Pro-life. They support Pence's and Kemp's Christian values, and lower taxes. Those are the things that are important to them, and they believe that these candidates are going to back those issues. Take a look. A warm welcome in Dalton today for Republican Brian Kemp as he campaigns to be Georgia's next governor.
I will work hard every day to put Georgians first.
More loud cheers as Vice President Mike Pence takes the stage. Here's Vietnam veteran Fred Stevenson.
It was on fire. It was really, really exciting.
There was adrenaline. There was just what America needs to be.
The big message here today, vote Republican.
Friends don't let friends vote alone.
Go vote. Go vote.
We're going to go out and get those votes in because we really need them for Georgia, and we want to make America great again.
Aaron's back. Yeah, and coming up at 6, we're going to hear from more members of the crowd who were here today, including a mom. She talks about the reasons why she thought it was important to bring her 2 young daughters out here to the rally today.
Right, and later at 6, we're also going to talk about really what they're doing here. The big part about them being here in the state of Georgia is not to try to change minds and all that. It's trying to get their base riled up and making sure people get out and vote.
That is very true. And we do want to mention there was a protest planned here today during the same time that Pence was scheduled to be speaking. From what we saw, there was only one protester out there.
That's right. Let's take a listen to that.
America's supposed to be this melting pot. It's supposed to be a place where everyone can come. We don't need your kind of rhetoric.
And we understand, obviously, we're talking about Mike Pence being in Georgia today, but President Trump is going to be in Chattanooga on Sunday, and we also have heard about a lot of protests planned for that event as well. Now, as Mike Pence got into town today and as he moved around Georgia, the weather was a big issue, right?
Yes, it's been rainy, it's been windy. Pence was actually delayed a little bit. We had our reporter Aaron Farrar out at the Chattanooga Airport this morning as Mike Pence arrived. Take a look.
Vice President Mike Pence landed a little less than 15 minutes later than expected here at the Wilson Air Center. And once he did land, rain started to fall a little heavier, so that delayed his deboarding and also his opportunity to come inside here of the Wilson Air Center to meet with some of his greeters. Pence touched down at about 10:53 a.m. in Chattanooga. Georgia gubernatorial candidate Brian Kemp was there. The two later walked out of Air Force 2 together.
Being able to continue to build on the incredible progress that we're seeing in the economy of Georgia, of Tennessee, of states all across this country.
The VP made his way inside the Wilson Air Center to greet 50 invited supporters, taking pictures and signing autographs, and had a few minutes to leave a message with them.
It's a choice between lower taxes and higher taxes, a stronger America, a weaker military. It's a choice really between results and resistance.
The motorcade for Vice President Mike Pence left the Wilson Air Center around 11:15 this morning. Reporting in Chattanooga, I'm Aaron Farrar, News Channel 9.
That's right. And from here in Dalton, it's a very busy day for Pence and Kemp included. They're headed to campaign in Savannah and Grovetown, Georgia as well.
That's right.
Yep.
And we'll have a lot more from what happened here in Dalton coming up tonight at 5:30 and 6. But right now, let's go back to the studio to Kim and Latricia.
All right, Josh and